everybody. I hope everyone's having a fabulous day. It's the start of a new month, which is super exciting, right? I am excited because we have some really awesome promos going right now. Give me just a second. I'm going to send this over to my VIP group. If you are not in my VIP group and you are not a designer, you totally can get over there and just comment VIP below and I will get you guys the link. I just got back from the movies and I went and saw Maverick, and I'll tell you right now, amazing. Loved it. It was so good. So, to continue with our theme of red, white, and blue, we are going to do the vintage truck, which is my all-time favorite transfer. All-time favorite. And unfortunately, it is in last chance, which means once it's sold out, it's gone. And I am so bummed. This is the vintage truck. Super, super awesome. When I started this part, it was only one way, and this part was not. It was just solid screen. And we're also going to use the vintage truck add-on, which is also in last chance. This is a cut apart. And we're going to put it on our box frame, our 9x12 box frame. We're going to do the white side. And of course, we're going to use red, white, and blue because it's white in the background. And I did grab a different blue off of the wall. I did grab my colonial blue instead of cadet, because cadet is pretty dark. On the white, it should be okay, but let's try it with a different color. So today, I just found out some exciting news that our starter kit to become a designer, normally $99, is on sale this month only, but while supplies last. They're not going to last long, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. So if you are interested in becoming an independent designer with Cutout, now is the time to join. My upline does have an opportunity tonight. It's a video. You can catch it on a replay. But if you want to be in that group and find out more about Cutout, then let me know. Just comment boss below and I'll get you over into that group. And today has just been so exciting and so much stuff that's coming, and it's just beyond amazing. So we have a creative Kickstart launching, which is super, super cute. And this is the club. We did this yesterday. This is the club for June, which is awesome too. It says, live in the sunshine, swim the sea, drink the wild air. I love that one. It's so adorable. And this one is going to be, like I said, we're going to do the vintage truck. We're just going to cut it apart. And we're also going to do the cut apart of the vintage truck add-on, which are both in last chance, which means when they're gone, they are gone. I am bummed that they're leaving, but we have some amazing things in that last chance, and you're going to want to go snag them. We have wings in there, which are one of my all-time favorite transfers too. We have so much goodness going away because new stuff is getting ready to come out, but we don't even know what it's going to be. So we are focusing on what we have right now, and guys, you're going to want to grab it. So let me move you guys down so you guys can see what I'm going to do. So all of these are cut aparts. So we're going to use our transfer trimmers. Sorry about that. And as always, we're going to keep our backer sheets and packaging because these are reusable 8 to 12 times, sometimes more. The vintage truck is my all-time favorite transfer. I absolutely love the vintage truck. And when I went to a convention, I actually won the first vintage truck cutout from the catalog, and I was just so beyond excited. It proudly sits on my shelf here in my chalk room, and I just love it. So these, you can see this part and this part. That's so you can change it up if you wanted to do this truck red and you wanted to do the bottom in blue, or maybe you want to do the bottom in red and the top in blue. We're going to decide that in just a minute. This part I'm not going to cut apart because I'm not going to actually use it right now. So we're going to use the A1 and A2. not B1 and B2. So I'm going to put these back in the package and just this off to the side. Now my bigger transfers I do hang up, but you can totally put them in a portfolio. Let's set that off to the side there. And then this is our cut apart. We're going to use the Fireworks, which I love, and we're going to use probably the established 1776. So I'm going to open this up and get this started. So this is an E-size transfer. Our E-size transfers are the biggest transfer we have, but most of them are cut apart. So don't get intimidated and feel like, oh my goodness, I can't do that. That's not going to happen. I can't. You can, and I promise you can. If you can butter bread, you guys can do this. It is that simple. People ask me that all the time. Is it really that easy? Yes. Yes, it is. It really is that easy. I can tell that this is an older transfer because our older transfers have a different smell to them. They almost smell like a pool liner, which always made me chuckle. Our new ones are not like that at all. This one's kind of got like a funky cut to it, but it's all good. I'm just gonna cut it. So for the Fireworks, we'll do the hot mess method so you guys can see how that works. I was debating on if I was gonna do the rockets or not. I don't think we're gonna. I think we're just gonna do established 1858, but we're gonna change out 1858 to 1776. So this would look super cute sitting on a door tag or anything like that. Now the truck does not fit on the door tag, but you don't always have to do the truck. We're just doing that for this video and to show you guys how cute that vintage truck is and how it is in Last Chance. I'm so gonna miss the vintage truck. It has been, honestly, if people ask me all the time, if that was the transfer that you could do over and over and over again, what would it be? And it would be the vintage truck. I would do that over and over and over because you can do it in so many different ways, which, I mean, let's face it, that's pretty awesome. I'm going to sit this off to the side. Just hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Just going to sit it off to the side so then I can put it away when I am done so I don't have to do it right now. Okay, so we are going to wax the back of this because it is wood. And I know that our wax is out of stock right now, but the wax applicator is not. And you can totally use this with any kind of wax. I used, before I got this wax, I would use the Minwax Finishing Wax. Just a heads up though, the Minwax Finishing Wax does have a smell. So if you are like sensitive to scents, definitely do that in an outdoor space or in a well-ventilated area. And I get asked all the time, why do we wax? One, it's to prevent the paste from bleeding. It would be helpful if I could put this back on. And it also preps the wood, like so your paste doesn't bleed out. But it also protects the transfer from the surface. Okay, so there is that. Now I, of course, as always, I will buff that out in just a minute. I always write on the back, and the reason I write on the back is for my own self. So I know 1776 top, I know how they go back on their backer sheet. I do that myself because that's just what I do. You don't have to do that if you're confident on putting it back on there. So like this one, you'd probably be like, well, how do you know which way is up? I'm actually gonna put an arrow in the little corner. That's my own, for my own self. And then a dash. And then the truck. So I'm trying to think if I'm gonna do the bottom or if I'm not gonna do the bottom. I think we're not going to do the bottom. I think we're going to just do the top. So this is A1 vintage truck. That's one thing that I also love about the vintage truck is you can do it multiple ways. If I decided to do the bottom, you don't have to go one or the other. You can actually say, okay, this is now going to be, I want to do the bottom. So you're going to put the bottom on it after the fact. You can do that with the new one. You could not do that with the old one. Now let's buff this wax out. Just kind of move it around, make sure it's in. And there we go. So that is ready to go. So we are going to pull this off its backer sheet. And these are water soluble, so you want to make sure you don't soak it in water. But you guys can wash this right in the sink. If I can get it off the backer sheet, that would be awesome. You can wash this right in the sink with a board eraser, and you are good to go. So we're just going to do the truck in red. So the bottom part will be in white. The tires will be white. Let me think, guys. Maybe we shouldn't do the tires in white. I don't know. We can do the tires in red, I suppose. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I could do the tires in black too, but we have these little things right here that are called registration marks. And I don't obviously want to use those, so I am not going to use them. I'm going to actually cover them up. I'm going to lay this down here. Pull this up so that it's up and on. With no bubbles. We don't want any bubbles in there. If you're fearful of bubbles, you can just go like this with your squeegee, and it makes it so there isn't any. I'm going to use some of our placement tape and just cover up those little registration marks so I don't use them. Our placement tape is super, super easy to use. It tears with your fingers. I'm just putting it on there so I know, okay, don't chop there. Because I'll get to talking and I won't pay attention, and then there'll be registration marks. And since this is a wood surface, I would have to basically sand that off. So we're going to do all of this in red, which is candy apple, which we used yesterday. So you're just going to dip it in, and you're just going to start just off the silk screen. And like I said, you guys can do however you want. Just because I'm doing it this way does not mean you have to do it that way. If you're like, no, I want the vintage truck to have black tires, then by all means, let it have black tires. You could do that with a multi-tool would work to make that. That would be really, really cute. I've done it before. I've also taken bark and made this look like wood. That is super cute too. But we're doing this for quick demo. Like I said, we were out watching Maverick. I haven't actually been to the movie theater in over 2 years. This is the first movie I've gone and seen in the movie theater. Everything else I've pretty much watched at home due to the pandemic, and I was like, you know what? I want to see it. Let's go to the movies. So we did, which was a lot of fun. I kind of missed it, to be honest. Because that was always mine and my husband's date nights when we were teenagers dating. We always went to the movies. That was something that we always did. And so we're big movie buffs. We like a lot of movies, and we like to go to the movies, but then it wasn't really feasible for us to go to the movies. So there's the truck in red. Super, super cute. I like it. Love it. Ooh, the tire did bleed a little bit. But that's okay. I'm going to dry it, and I'm going to use the detail tool to get a lot of that off there. Could also use like a a Q-tip that's wet, kind of clean it off. I'll totally do that too. It did bleed a little bit. That's because it wasn't completely down. But I'll show you guys how to fix that. There's no such thing as chalk emergencies. I always say the vintage truck turns out the way the vintage truck wants to turn out. I do always say that because sometimes it comes out and it almost looks like there's like rust spots in it and it looks really, really cool. And sometimes it comes out and it looks crisp and clean and it's perfect. Let me grab a multi-tool, or I mean a detail tool. Our detail tool, let's see if I can get it to come off. It's on there pretty good. I'm not gonna fret, I'm not gonna freak out. I did get some of it off, not all of it, so I'm gonna take a Q-tip, which I keep Q-tips on my table. I'm just going to spray this with a little bit of water. I'm going to clean up that spot. Just kind of get it in there, clean it off a little bit. It's not perfect, and I didn't expect it to be. But you know what? It's fine. I'm not gonna freak out about something that's just a little bit extra. If you didn't like it, you could always sand this off and redo it. But I don't want to delete the whole or pull off all of the tire. So we're just gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it the way it is. All right, so the fireworks, we are gonna do hot mess method. This is actually one of my favorite things to do. Let me pull out some stir sticks. We're gonna use red and blue. And we are gonna also add in some shimmer silver. Let me grab that off the wall. Do I have shimmer silver? Yes, I do. Okay. So our shimmers are absolutely beautiful too. That's a pretty color, right? It's really pretty. So we're gonna add that in. So let me quickly move this off to the side. Hot mess method is one of my favorites to do. I absolutely love it. Super cool. I love it for like camouflage, to add in some pretty cool details. Oh, pulling it out of my shirt. So we are going to take this and we're going to stick it. Let's see. Let's stick it here. And yes, it is off of there. Let's do it like that. And obviously there's some spots that you're not going to chalk on because of the truck. So I'm actually going to cover those spots up just to double check and make sure that I don't do it, because I'll get to talking and I won't pay attention. And I'm not going to fib and say that I will pay attention, because I know I won't pay attention. Because that's just how I am sometimes. Sometimes I'll get to talking and I won't even pay that close of attention to what I'm doing. It's silly, but that's what our placement tape is for. Okay, so our hot mess method, you take 2 or more colors and you're going to, let me get this one mixed up here. Hold on. Let me pull that off there. All right. You are going to dip into it. You can do it with a small squeegee, or you can do it with the stir stick. So I'm just going to dip in here, pull a little bit out, add some colors in. I always pull the extra off, close the lid so it doesn't dry out. Our shimmers take a little bit longer to dry. That's why I'm using the shimmer first. And you're just gonna kind of dab it around. See how I'm doing that? I'm dabbing it around. And then I'm gonna use the red. All right. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one squeegee and we are going to mix this. So I'm just gonna cover that silk screen up. Make sure that it's covered. Move it around a little bit. And you're going to want to pull all the extra off. But make sure you don't put that back in the paste jar because obviously it's mixed in. So it's a mix of color. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, look how much extra color she ruined, then maybe that doing that is not the best idea for you. Stick this on my table here. So there are the fireworks. You can see kind of pops of blue, some shimmer in it. Super cute, right? Clean off this squeegee. I feel like there's a lot more red on this than I intended to be. So we're going to do the established in blue and the 1776 in blue so that we can change it up just a little bit. I'm wondering if we should do silver on the bottom. Like add that in there and do the silver. What do you guys think? I think that would actually look super cute. Okay, this is A2 vintage truck. Now, when I don't have those registration marks, I can still eyeball it and get it on there. So let's do that real quick. Let me fuzz this first. And the more silk screen you have, the less fuzzing it takes. Just an FYI. So let's just line these up. You're going to line them up. And like I said, the vintage truck turns out the way the vintage truck wants to turn out. So let's do shimmer silver so we get a little bit of that color in this. I think that would actually look super, super pretty. Now with shimmers, you do want to kind of push it a little bit more because you want that glitter to get through that silk screen. But they come clean just as well as all the other paste, and they don't leave glitter everywhere, which is even better, right? I am not a huge fan of glitter. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a glitter person, but I do love our shimmers, and I love every one of them that have come out. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. We have copper, and we've had blue and green and red and just beautiful colors. And the shimmers are just absolutely gorgeous. So we're gonna pull that off there. Close that up. Oh yeah, that broke that up quite a bit, which I'm really happy for because I was starting to get a little bit red there, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe we'll do 1776 on the actual truck. We'll just add blue. I love it. I think it looks super, super cute. But again, you can change it up however you want. And our vintage truck has a cutout that is also in the last chance. And I'll show you guys that in just a second as soon as I get this dry, what the vintage truck cutout looks like. This one is actually from the catalog. This is actually from Chalk. So that's the vintage truck. It's on a wooden cutout. It is double-sided, so you can change it up for holidays and whatnot. I love the vintage truck. It's my all-time favorite transfer. And I will continue to use it forever and ever and ever. Well, as long as I have them, I guess. But yes, so that changed that look up quite a bit, and I love it because it doesn't look so whoa. So let's do the established. I can also cut this if I didn't want that there, and I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to cut that. And I'm going to just do top. Now, normally I would not recommend you do that, but I'm going to do that for my own reasons. And then the 1776, and we'll do those in colonial blue. So it will be a cute pop of color. I want to make sure that that's straight, and it is. Remember, these are in last chance, guys, so once these are gone, they are gone. So you're going to want to snag these. I will put this in a cart link, and obviously on a cart link, you can add to or take from. So if you're like, no, I don't want that, or, oh, I only want this part that she did, you can totally change that up. So we're going to use colonial blue, which is a really pretty blue, like we just used it a little bit ago. We're going to use a mini squeegee here. So I'm going to just get that chalked fast, and so there is our 4th of July themed beautiful design. Tomorrow I'm debating on what I want to do. I want to do the wings because my husband was in the military. He served in Iraq in 03-04, right when Operation Iraqi Freedom started. And he lost some of his guys. So I would love to put the wings and do them in red, white, and blue and show you guys them. I think that would be really pretty. So here is our finished project. How cute, right? I mean, you can see that the tire bled a little bit, but it doesn't look too bad. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all of your support. If you guys want to grab all the supplies to make this cool design, I will put a cart link in this video when I post it. Our cart links you can take from or add to. And if you would be so kind to round up with lots of love at checkout, that would be amazing. And these are in the last chance, so once they're gone, they are gone. And believe me, I know a bunch of people who want these, and they've been itching to get them, so they're gonna go fast. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. If you are not a designer, please click that SHARE button for me. If you want to know more about Club, comment Club below. If you want to know more about what I do and want to be added into an opportunity group, please comment Boss below. And you guys have a fabulous day. Stay cool or stay warm, wherever you are. And I will see you all here for another project tomorrow. All right, guys. See you later.